In this tutorial, we will go over authority and credibility. This tutorial will be just a general look at the criteria for judging authority and credibility. In the next few tutorials, we will go into more depth into how to judge credibility depending on the format of the source. Authority and credibility deal with the author or authors of the work, and if they know what they are talking about. You do not want a resource written by someone who is not an expert in the field, or someone who is an amateur. The author should be someone who is either an expert in the field, such as a professor or someone with a lot of education, or an actual practitioner, such as a doctor is for the medical field. Credentials are also important, and they are what separate amateurs from experts. Someone could have a passion for social work, but if they do not have the proper education, there is no way to know if what they are saying is credible. Credentials to watch out for are whether the author is a professor in a field of study related to the topic. For example, if your topic is social work, then look to see if the author is a professor of social work or sociology, psychology, or something related. It also helps if the author provides contact information. That way, you could cross-reference that information with an internet search and see if they belong to the field or are a part of a credible organization such as a university. Finally, the publisher is important as well and can tell you a lot about a resource's authority. Keep an eye out for university presses, since they usually publish credible, authoritative works. Examples of university presses include Oxford University Press or Harvard University Press. Now, let's take a look at an example of locating contact information. Here we are at the main Google search screen. Let's say you want to use one of the posts on the blog Academic Librarian for your research. First, let's go to the website. I'm going to type in Academic Librarian, search, and here it is, the first result. Now, as you can see, this is a blog, and the author lists several posts. Here's one, and here's another. And let's say that you really liked one of these and you wanted to use it for your research. How can you tell if the author is an authority on the topics they are talking about? Well, what you would want to do is try to find contact information to learn a little bit about them. Where would you go for this website? Probably right here under the About Me section. So let's click on that. And here we can see that the author has written a little bit about themselves. They say that they are the philosophy and religion librarian at Princeton University. Now, how can we be sure they are telling the truth? Well, it looks like that they link to their CV here, so why don't we go ahead and click on that. And as we can see, the author's name is Wayne Bivens Tatum, and they list their workplace as Princeton University Library. But how can we be sure that they are telling the truth on this page? Well, as we can see, this page is part of princeton.edu up here in the URL. So if we look at the URL, we can see what kind of website is part of. So if we take out everything after princeton.edu and search that, it takes us to the main Princeton University page. Since we now know that the author is really a staff member at Princeton and a librarian at that, we could probably be certain that they are an authority on the topic of academic librarianship. So it is likely that they are an authority of the things that they write about under their blog. In the next few tutorials, we will go over determining the authority and credibility in each of the main three formats you will be using: periodicals, books, and websites.